isyung legal ay pag-uusapan, bibigyan daan, mga karapatang dapat ipaglaban, sasagutin ang katanungan ng mga taong naghahanap ng katarungan. Dito sa programa, Laban para sa Karapatan, kasama si Attorney Lorna Capunan. Laban para sa Karapatan.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Nandito tayo sa Laban para sa Karapatan. Attorney Lorna Capunan with my co-host, Jimmy Regalaria.
Magandang umaga po. Sabado na naman. Interesante ang ating paksa ngayon.
Oo nga, no?
Yung kultura ng mga violenting tao, no?
Oo nga.
Yung violence as a culture.
Oo nga. Christmas na Christmas. Itong topic natin, violence, Jimmy.
Oh, it's getting di ba? Worse, biro. NCAA game, biglang may biglang, ngayon ko lang nakita yun tatakbo isang player, pupunta rin sa bench ng kalaban team. Pinagsusundok niya lahat.
Pati sa basketball, sa sports, may violence na, no?
Grabe, saka walang makaawat.
Okay, so worldwide, yung culture ng violence, no? Nandyan ang Russia at Ukraine, nag-i-intensify. Globally, no? Nandyan ang pati sa World Cup Soccer, baka magka-riot kasi madaming natalo ata sa...
So, yung political leadership, yung facing people on national TV, no? Tapos yung siga ka, para si Bantag, di ba?
O nga, favorite character mo yan. Pero,
making a mockery of the justice system,
okay.
Di ba?
Buti na segue mo.
Tao takot sa kanya.
Correct. Buti na segue mo ang justice system natin because we have a very important and famous couple na to, Jimmy.
Victim sila
Kasi hindi lang yan, tayo ang with them, no? This couple exposed yung violence sa fraternities, di ba? At dahil dyan, nagkaroon tayo ng batas, anti-hazing, na pinapalakas anong tawag, no? In-outlaw ang hazing sa fraternities, although schools are still violating that. Before we go to the discussion, may I introduce to you my favorite couple, Minnie Castillo and Toti Castillo.
Good morning po everybody. Good morning Attorney Lorna. Good morning Jimmy. Good morning po sa lahat.
Okay.
Good morning po sa inyo.
Mukhang ang hairdo mo parang ancestor mo ngayon, Jose Rizal. Kasi hindi dapat malaman ng...
Kamag-anak niya si Jose Rizal, saka sila General Malvar, di ba?
Oo nga. Hindi lang yan.
They have a noble lineage of heroic blood.
Hindi lang yan. Kamag-anak ni Mamini, si Pop Tagle.
Si Chito.
So kung pag-uusapan natin yung heroism at saka yung violence, i-connect natin yung issue na yan. Especially now that we have a case pending. The last time we guested you here, in progress na yung kaso. And the one handling it is the Department of Justice. No?
Opo, yes po.
In collaboration with, syempre, our law firm. No?
Just to recall a brief background what happened.
Because we have televiewers now. Jimmy, anong channel natin?
23.
Channel 23?
Yes, yan.
Ayan.
Sky.
Broadcast sa Digital Free TV na sa ICTV, sa Sky Cable Channel 72, TV Plus Channel 27 at GMA Affordabox Channel 32. Available rin po kami sa digital TV devices at TV receivers. Mangyaring iscan ang inyong digital TVs at channel box upang mapanood ang ICTV.
YouTube and Facebook.
YouTube and Facebook Live. Kasi marami rin.
Susuplay na ako pero hindi mo napansin.
Napansin ko nga, bakit ganun pa rin ang buhok mo? Kulang pa rin. Miski na Anyway, speaking of kulang ba ang justice system natin ngayon? Let's start with a brief reminder of your case, and every time nag-anniversary ata si Acho live pa rin sa ang grieving ninyo, no? Tell us about the case, Minnie.
The only boy si Acho.
Yeah.
Well, right now po, the case is ongoing. Tapos na po yung presentation of evidence ng prosecution. Kumbaga, as yung legal term, the prosecution has rested its case. And to add, no, nag-file sila ng petition for bail, which was denied last 2018. And then they also filed a demurrer to evidence, which is to parang in layman's term, parang ibinabasura lahat ng ebidensya namin so that para ma-acquit yung kaso, which was denied also, na-deny yung kanilang petition. So, magandang development. Masayang-masaya ako because, you know, the Department of Justice is really involved and is really taking nilalagyan nila ng importance yung case eh. And aside from that, yung bagong batas ng anti-hazing law, which was amended na naging 11053, and I heard from Dr. Herbosa, which is emergency medicine of UP and then also a Upsilonian, I think, na
Wala na, halos wala na.
yeah,
Well, according to Dr. Ted Herbosa, yung cases po nila na nakikita taon-taon related to frat activities or violence, halos wala na po.
So dahil yun ang magandang nangyari, no? Although it is a tragedy to the family, that's what happened. Nag-focus ang national attention sa violence in the schools and universities. Alam mo tayo mga magulang, pag binibigay natin ang mga anak natin, their students, no, whether elementary, high school, or college, we rely that the university is a safe place, no? Ano bang nangyari, Toti?
Well, this
Kwento natin ng konti.
This was
First year.
taon na.
He was a first-year law student.
He was a graduate of political science in University of Santo Tomas, and tapos nagtuloy po siya sa pagkakaabugas siya when on his first year na-recruit po siya ng isang fraternity sa UST, which is accredited
frat of University of Santo Tomas, yes. Aegis Juris.
University-wide ba to or law fraternity?
Law fraternity, Attorney Lorna, sa UST. The name of the fraternity is Aegis Juris
Yes,
fraternity.
pwede namang i-mention kasi public record na yan.
Yes.
And what happened there? So, recruit siya or nag-apply ba siya or...
Well, two things. Sinabi naman niya sa mother niya na he was being recruited. And nagkausap naman kami nung anak ko. I was very hesitant because I know the practices of most fraternities. Pero itong fraternity na daw to, he was given that ni-reassure siya.
Na walang physical initiation.
Walang physical initiation.
Lagi naman nila sinasabi yan. Your son was head of a fraternity, Kajimi, di ba?
Ako, naging Grand Chancellor din ako yan. Ang ibig sabihin, we are a family, I belong to a family of frat men. At ang involvement dyan, yung virtues, saka yung mga principles that you should adapt. Pero yung leadership dyan, kailangan stricto ka or else you will have to be responsible.
Okay,
Ngayon,
so...
ang case nila, recognized by the university. And whoever is in charge dun sa department must be responsible. Because the university is responsible for recognizing the fraternity. Ngayon, kung di recognize yan, naka-underground, may palusot ang university. Hindi namin alam yan. No?
Anong nangyari dyan? Alam ba ng
kasi ito,
university
mga law students sila eh. So, of course, alam nila yung batas, di ba? So, nangunguna sila dapat na maintindihan yung batas. Nangunguna sila dapat. In the first place, they should have stopped it already and they should have protected their brads from such hazing.
Saka kung hindi ako nagkakamali, Mrs. Castillo, yung ginamit na pangkamon, no, ng mga fratmen in luring yung mga neophytes, yung freshmen or yung prospective nila members to come in, is because they take hold of the of the authority inside the department,
Yes,
inside
yes.
the college.
And-
Yung dean nila, if I'm not mistaken, is a member or a founding member of...
the dean himself is
Oh.
already a member of the Aegis Juris Fraternity. And then I know for a fact some of the other members are also holding several positions in the administration. So how can you...
Oo, tama. At
how
saka
can you
i-contextualize natin, no? Kasi
Sino yung dean doon?
even
Di ba si ano?
even
If I'm not mistaken, si Divina, di ba?
Dean Nilo Divina, no? At lumabas sa Senate hearing, it is public record already, that nung hazing na yan, involve ang mga senior brads, no? So merong ang Senate investigation, and we should be proud to say that this is the first legislation na took the shortest time both in the House and in the Senate para pumasa, no? And
Yes.
we would like to thank senators who are the senators, Ping Lacson,
Senator, of
Mig
course, the
Subiri.
one who started it is now our Senate President, Mig Subiri, who started the investigation, and then who led the committee is Senator Ping Lacson with Senator Gordon, and along with Senator Win Gatchalian and Joel Villanueva.
At lumabas sa Senate hearing.
And also Senator Grace Poe.
Yes, lumabas sa Senate hearing na yan, based on public record also, at nag-attend tayo doon na merong mga anong tawag doon, Viber messages with the senior brads and
meron.
and tragically, had the school authorities or the frat senior brads or those in the initiations acted immediately instead of thinking of a strategy to avoid liability, that would have saved your son, correct?
Yes. They were discussing the cover-up and idalin sa tondo, or yung mag-invento ka na lang ng story, ganito, and then they're saying things na linisin agad yung frat library, sabihin wag doon ginawa, sunugin yung mga tickler, yung evidences,
So ano naman ang ginawa ng university? Because under that law, even before it was amended, under that law, hazing has been declared illegal, or at least must be regulated by the school authorities. Dapat may nag-o-observe dyan na school authority. Dapat pinapasabi sa school authority na magkaka-hazing, no? And then magkaka-initiation, ano? Did you complain to the University of Santo Tomas? Galing ka doon, ka Jimmy, no?
Nag-aaral ako dyan eh.
Catholic, the only Catholic university, no naman,
Hindi,
the oldest.
Ang point ko, being a fratman myself, no? Hindi lang ako yung ordinary fratman eh. Lord Chancellor ako for 3 consecutive years eh. So ang ibig sabihin, I know the in and outs of frat life. Maganda talaga yan eh. Yung brotherhood yan. So, pati anak ko gumaya sa akin. Kaya yung anak kong lawyer, Alpha Phi Beta ng yung College of Law, Lord Chancellor din, LC rin. So, in effect, I belong to a family of frat men, no? So, there's nothing wrong about being a member of the frat.
No, pero tatanungin ko sa'yo, ka Jimmy, why does there need to be physical initiation?
Yeah, that's another question.
Bakit kailangan ng physical initiation? Para yung ba ay sign of bravery? Na
Hindi, ang ibig sabihin
pag
nga,
na-survive,
madam,
violence nga kasi ang pinag-uusapan natin, violence. If in academic institutions, schools, fraternities, na napakagaling naman ng mga members dyan, ini-instill nila na pag hindi mo kaya ang pagbubugbog, hindi ka karapat dapat maging frat member. Toti, why like that?
Attorney Lorna, ang iniisip ko kasi, there are many fraternities. And ang kinumpare ko sila, lahat sila, most of them, they practice this, yung so-called, parang
physical hazing.
So, ang nangyari, siguro, pag ang isang grupo, a very young group who wants to form a fraternity or an organization, pinapattern nila doon sa mga established na fraternity to make it more credible. Parang very important yung pananakit.
Yeah.
Kasi doon lalabas yung maybe sinasabi nilang loyalty to the
Bond.
the bond among them.
Kasi
Yeah, no.
yung common experience na yan na initiation, yun ang nagbaband, no?
Di ba, may-
Between themselves and the senior
May
branch. Ka, Jimmy?
paulit-ulit akong kinikwento sa'yo na pag narinig mo, ayan na naman. Pero an opinion coming from a Chief Justice, di ba? Member siya ng frat at yung kasama ko anak ko, sabi ko magka-frat kayo. Tapos sabi ng anak ko, ang isa sa innovative ideas that we're trying to implement, yung i-avoid yung physical contact sa hazing. Sabi nung tiyo, anong gusto mo? Mga lalambot-lambot ang maging fratmen natin, yung mga kabrad natin, hindi maging mga tunay na lalaki.
Hindi ko maintindihan
Chief
yung...
Justice,
Okay.
Kaya napahin ko, culture yan sa frat. No? Kaya lang, kapag hindi mo kayang kontrolin, lalo na sa hazing period, yung tao mo, you don't deserve to become a leader, a Lord Chancellor, or however you wanna put it. Mag-ano ka na lang, mag-observe ka na lang. Pero kung leader ka, responsible ka. Ngayon, kung recognize yung fraternity nyo, aba, kaya ang hirap magpa-recognize sa universities sa mga colleges. Pag ni-recognize kasi yan, kasama na yung university, yung eskwelahan, doon sa responsibility.
Correct.
Responsibility.
Kaya
So,
ang hirap ng recognition pattern, no? Ang daming requirement because of that.
So,
So to that issue of the university or whatever institution is involved, ano ang ginawa ng University of Santo Tomas para malaman natin at ma-avoid ng ibang fraternities and universities? Mahalaga yon kasi kung hindi, di dapat principals rin sa ibig sabihin in criminal law may accessory, may principal. Pag wala kang ginawa under the anti-hazing law, kasama ka dapat
yes,
ikulong.
I believe. Kasi, in the first place, the law was established 1995. So, they've been continuing recognizing aegis juris for I don't know how long. Hanggang 2017, dumami na yung members nila eh. So, it's been an ongoing thing sa kanila na ganun pa rin yung ginagawa nila. So, unang-una na dito is, of course, meron yung, secretary, who's also a faculty member,
Dean.
the dean. Sino bang nagbibigay ng recommendation to recognize the frat? Of course,
yung academic
the flow of
Faculty advisor.
faculty advisor, the flow of administration. So, and then nare-recognize yung yung frat.
Tama.
And then, hindi nyo ba nakikita, hindi nyo kayo nag-a-attend na meron ng hazy na nangyayari. Meron na tayong batas since 1995 pa.
Alam mo kaya mahirap ang recognition, ang hirap ng process? Kasi pag ni-recognize ka, may document yan.
Yes.
Now, whatever the activities and whatever the frat does, kasama yung university. It's a joint responsibility.
And
kaya pag may nangyaring ganyan, kasama yung university.
And of course, Catholic University ito. It is a pontifical university for
Kaya mas mahigpit ang dyan criteria.
Yes, oo. So, dapat nito, yung violence towards the initiation and hazing, dapat wala na. Kasi, of course, ang Catholic teaching is, you stop violence, it's not the
yan,
way.
in principle yan Pwede kasing
In principle,
sinabi dun
yes.
sa papel ng recognition, kapag magkukunda kayo ng mga initiation,
I-expel kayong lahat.
hindi lang i-expel, may presence yung eskwela doon.
Oh, yan,
Dean
nasa
o
batas yan.
however you
Sina-
wanna put it.
yeah.
Kailangan it's directly being
Hindi lang yan,
supervised.
idadagdag ko lang. In some schools na, because all my sons are all my kids are sons. So, meron sila, pag ini-enroll mo sila, nagsasign ng affidavit na I will not join any fraternity. Nino-notarize pa yan. Alam ko kasi nung nagulat ako, kasi pinakita sa akin, your son signed this, I will not join fraternity. Notarized pa, no? Kanya yung business ng notary public doon sa university na yun, Anyway, going to the point of violence, no? Hindi lang physical violence ang fraternity, shaming. Hindi ba? Yung mga pinapagawa sa'yo, to lower your, siguro, ano ba yan? To make you humble? To shaming ba is making you humble and obedient?
Pero let me
Values
correct you.
yun eh.
Ano yung parang ano yun, they're making it difficult for you to enter. Kasi pag pumasok ka na, it's brotherhood. Right or wrong, you're a brad. Right or wrong will help you. Right or wrong will be beside you all the way. Yan yung motto dyan. Saka yan yung ngayon, bago ka, freshman. Gusto mong protected ka, gusto mo may barkada ka, papasok ka. Pero may covenant sila. In the same way na may covenant yung fraternity at saka yung university or yung college na magkatulong kayo lahat. Kapag may nangyaring dyan, aberya, sabit lahat dyan. Yung eskwelahan, yung department, yung dean, yung professor.
Okay, so
Whoever is
anong
responsible.
response ng University of Santo Tomas sa kaso ni Atyo, your son?
Wala.
Hindi nyo din
Wala.
kasi. Diba?
Well, ang nangyari lang was I think they stop all recruitments of all
Yeah.
fraternities. But
does
Attorney
that-
Lorna, doon sa kaso naman ni Acho, we still have yet to hear
From them.
from them.
They,
So
It's
how
been-
many
it's
have been,
been
how
5
many are,
years.
you're now in court, how many are
Are
in detention?
10.
10.
Just 10.
But originally, ilan ang kinasuhan? Including
About
Senior Brads,
about
no?
30.
About
About
30 ang
30.
involved dyan. And 10 ang... Okay, so, going back to now, sabi nga ni Ka Jimmy, napakahirap maging fraternity member because of the benefits. Hindi lang sa university. Appointments sa gobyerno.
Yes.
Kontrata sa gobyerno. O, sinong... kunyari, as lawyers na.
Pag nag-Brad,
Oy,
Brad.
Brad, meron akong kaso sa iyo, Brad. Okay ba? Okay na yon. Anong pangalan ng kaso mo? Ganun lang ang tanong eh.
Right
Wala
or
nang-
wrong nga, you support each other eh. Motto yan eh.
Yun na nga eh. Right or wrong. The bad part here is the wrong.
The wrong.
Correct.
Diba?
Parang I widowed, my husband was also in another fraternity, law fraternity, Sigma Rho. Ang rule nila is, number 1, the Archon is always right. Rule number 2, if the Archon is wrong, rule number 2, if the Grand Archon is wrong, look at rule number 1. The Archon is always right. Ganon. So, and that culture is a culture of impunity. Yan ang mga nagko-corrupt
Hindi,
no,
pero
sa
alam
gobyerno.
mo, as a fratman, alam ko yung yung flow ng power saka yung responsibility. Yung Archon, siyang responsible, no? Kaya pag yung may nakikita siyang umaabusong fratman, especially during initiation, kinakausap niya yan. At pag hindi niya yan kinausap o binigyan ng warning, hindi siya good Archon, hindi siya good Lord Chancellor. So in effect, responsibility ng Archon at saka ng Lord Chancellor. That's why he's always called that way, no? He's always right. Pero yung joint responsibilities yan, may mga may mga nakasulat yan documented. Ito yung duties and responsibilities of a Lord Chancellor, of an Archon, or however you wanna put it. Tapos ito yung responsibility ng college, ito yung responsibility ng school. Kaya yung school, ang higpit niyan eh. Bago ka ma-recognize, I think 6 years yung pag-oobserbahan ka, tapos titignan isa-isa, scrutinize yung members mo before you'll be granted recognition. Pag ni-recognize ka na, pasok na yung university dyan, yung college at lahat ng leadership dun sa sa educational institution. Pag may nangyaring ginawa yung dapat sabit din sila. I think that's how it goes.
Tama yan, in a perfect
In a
world,
perfect
yes.
world.
Hindi,
In a perfect world.
documented yan eh.
Jimmy,
May
parang
pirmahan
hindi
yan
ka naman sanay sa justice system natin.
pero sanay ako sa frat. Di ba? Lord Chancellor ako eh.
Ito na nga. So, in their particular case, hindi ba? Ang dami ng sulat, madami na tayong sulat sa university. And hindi lang 'yun, meron ng result na yung Senate investigation for disbarment. Disbarment
Yes.
na 'yun of several frat members including Danilo Divina, no. So
Because
public record na 'yan.
The disbarment stemmed from the idea that they all knew what happened. They talked about the cover-up, and then wala silang
Because
ginawa.
yung physical evidence ng
Of
nakuha
exchanges
nila.
of group chat. So, these are lawyers talking to each other and how to cover up. So, merong mali dito, di ba? Obviously, may mali. And obviously, I think they don't deserve to be lawyers. Kasi kung ganito ang lawyer mo, then, what is justice?
Alam mo, mahigpit ang school administration yan. I can still remember, best friend ko kasi, Lord Chancellor din ng fraternity sa Ateneo. Nagkaroon nga ng ganyang hazing incident na may namatay. Alam mo, unang ginawa ng Ateneo? Kinik out lahat yung active members. O tapos, hirap na hirap. Saka yung mga involved dun sa later on, nakapag-appeal yung iba, yung mga involved lang doon sa hazing ang hindi na nakabalik. Pero may immediate step na tinake yung administration. At kasi joint responsibility.
Yeah.
Kaya kung guilty yung frat, guilty yung administration. Ano ngayon yung parusa doon sa frat, ano naman yung parusa sa administration. Dapat ganun because nakapirma yan eh.
Okay.
Documented yung recognition, ano?
Siguro ganun din, even in the University of the Philippines, no? Nasususpend ang mga frat heads, no? Merong ang, hindi ko masasabihin, merong ang head ng Sigma Rho, no? Naging justice ng Supreme Court. Suspended. Nag-graduate 1 year after. But you see, depende rin sa kasi in that university, I think ang nangyari dyan yung fraternity na yan, laki-laki ng contribution sa alumni foundation, sa mga events, so hindi nila pwedeng pagalitan yung fraternity na yan.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I think so. Kasi for me, nakita mo nang from the start, meron ng mali sa flow. They've been recognizing aegis juries for so many years and nag-antay lang sila na may mamatay. And they told us may investigation na nangyayari, but they never gave us any report on what happened to the investigation. And they're all quiet and they're all... So there's something wrong.
Pero naman, ang maganda naman nangyari dito is we were able to talk to the Vatican. We were in communication with kasi it's a royal pontifical university.
Communication is not enough.
So kung ayaw naman kami nilang dinggin ng University of Santo Tomas, ngayon naman dinidinig naman po kami
ng Vatican.
Naman.
And then we have a very activist Pope, no? Recently, even within his own ranks, yung Caritas International, which really is the arm of the Vatican, in-overhaul. Kung ganyan ang Pope natin, sana ganun din. But before we discuss that, konting commercial break.
Laban para sa karapatan. Kasama si Attorney Lorna Capunan. Laban para sa karapatan.
Balik po tayo ngayon sa Laban para sa Karapatan with my co-host, Jimmy Regalario, and our very special guest, Minnie and Acho Castillo. I'd like to shout out to dear friend Ina Ferido. She says, justice for Atio and all hazing victims. Good morning din kay Julieta de la Cruz and Lites Lim. Okay. Nung off-cam tayo, meron kayong heated discussion. Ano ba yung pinag-uusapan natin dito? Yung responsibility ng school, no?
Saka ng Pope.
At saka ng Pope. Yes.
What we did was we wrote...
How are you related pala to the Pope? To the Pope. The Cardinal. To the Cardinal. Kay Cardinal Tagle.
Kay Cardinal Chito po, magpinsan po ang tatay niya at ang tatay ko. So, we're from Imus, Cavite po.
So, pag nag-pope siya, sasama mo kami sa Vatican. Meron na tayong...
May problema rin si Cardinal Tagle.
Kasi, in-overhaul yung...
Niya,
what is the real score there? Was he charged with corruption or anything?
But
Or
mismanagement.
What I know
mismanagement?
is that parang
Kasi siya yung in charge nun, yung Caritas.
just to overhaul things. So, I guess parang in
Yung-
general, tanggalin mo muna lahat and then that's the time yung institute new members.
In fact, I've also heard the story that this was acting upon his advice and counsel na i-overhaul lahat. At pinakinggan naman siya ni Pope, no? But very close to that issue is yung ating church values ba ngayon, iba na? Is impunity na part of what is correct in society? The end justifies the means?
Kasi like, from being part of like, mga anak ko, millennials din yan, you know, yung, and their friends and the group, it's what they see on...
Normal na yan.
It's what they see, what happens to their gaming, and yung mga... Yun na lang, yung games that they play, the online games, it's about conquering an empire, conquering, so it's about...
Now that you mentioned that, pati yung
violence.
mga apo, laging, Grandma, can you upgrade my Roblox? Can you upgrade my Minecraft? And all that. Ano yan? Pag tinignan mo, upgrade means more weapons so that they can kill more people. Bawal na bawal yan.
And conquer mga, cities to...
Conquer cities. Grabe yan, yes. Values, millennial. Is it a millennial thing?
Well, tingin ko dati pa naman. It's just now that na
It's more pronounced.
more pronounced because of social media and your access to the internet. Talagang noon, we research, punta ka ng library, you look at the cards. No, and then yeah, 'di ba? So, pero now, you just Google whatever information you want. So, that information that it's available to everybody, also has violence in it. Easy access.
Tsaka yung now that you mention it, yung mga talagang nagva-viral sa YouTube, sa news and all that, yung mga killings ka, Jimmy, di ba? Sa US. Isang nasira ang ulo, hindi mo alam, mental health issue, will gun down anybody in church, in school and all that. I mean, and yet in the US, because of the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, hindi nila makontrol.
Yeah. Siguro isa rin yun. They should also look at that. Mahirap tayo kumuha ng weapons.
Tayo, kasi ordinary
sa
citizens tayo.
US.
Pero yung mga politiko, yung mga maraming private armies dyan. In fact, recently, ang theory ng killings ngayon hired killers from Bilibid ka, Jimmy, di ba? Yung ginagamit dyan to outside Bilibid.
Kaso nung Percy Lapid na minarder, di ba? Lumabas na humaba na yung dugtong at naghuminto ngayon sa dalawang mastermind na involved sa sa administration ng Bureau of Correction, di ba? At may link yung mga inmates dun sa Bucor at dun sa National Bilibid at dun sa National Bilibid Prison dun sa mga killer sa labas. So in effect,
Hindi, sila mismo, lalo na yung mga nasa death row, nasa maximum. Wala na palang death penalty, life imprisonment. Sila mismo are the ones being hired to go. May sining ganyan The ones going, they're the ones being hired to do the killing job outside.
yun yata ang title, On the Job.
On the job, title nun, on the job. Totoo yun pala. So, mga magulang, you are parents, and I know it's very difficult to discuss values now, especially kalaban mo social media, kalaban mo viral news, kalaban mo yung mga you don't know sino yung mga barkada nila ngayon, And of course there is the all-time drug issue. How do you even begin to monitor your kids? What do they do at night?
Well, as long as they call you and text you na, Ma'am, I'm here, I'm here, I'm with ganito, I'm with ganito. I'll be home by...
So communication is important.
Yes, communication is important. And if you can, hatid sunduin mo. Diba? And minsan, your child will appreciate that as well, na hinahatid sundo mo siya.
They're being taken care of.
Ganon.
Yeah.
Ka Jimmy, di ba hatid sundo ka rin hanggang
Yung
ngayon?
mga girls ko. Yeah. Kaya parang ako yung nanay ng mga girls ko.
Maybe because all my kids are sons. Ako na ngayon ang pinupulis. Meron akong COVID police na isang anak. Mami, did meron akong hatid sundo na anak. Meron nagkikita ng mami, that's too much shopping. Ako na ang ninanag ng mga anak ko. Toti.
Well, siguro, Atty. Lorna, that's right, Siguro they're very fortunate na meron silang, mabait na mama. And siguro when they were growing up, I know na siguro at first hindi nila naintindihan the importance of it. But ngayon na they have their own families and they look up to their grandmother, how they were raised, siguro now they're giving back, especially to the one above them. So this is yung nakita nila how we cared for them.
Parang naintindihan, ganun pala,
ganun pala. And then now they're giving back, and ngayon na-appreciate nila yung grandmama nila na my mom really cares for me and loves me.
Yung kanya pala ako pinapagalitan yun kasi
Yes.
naintindihan
na nila ngayon. So it takes a while, but inside that starts to grow. And kung yun yung, I think yung magiging, I don't know what word to use, but yung magiging dominant do sa taong yon, they will grow up to be
good citizens,
loving citizen.
Correct.
Saka napansin ko din sa relationship ng parents sa mga children. Kailangan kung ano yung nahanap nila sa labas ng bahay, yun ay bibigay mo. Barkada ang gusto nila, di barkadahin mo. Di ba yun nakita yung dalawang girls ko, barkada ko di ba yun? They see to it na hindi lalagpas yung 1 week na hindi kami nagdi-dinner, nagla-lunch o nagkukwentuhan. Yung mga kwentuhan hindi kailangan sensible.
Yes,
dapat
under the sun.
Correct. Dapat they feel
na tumatawa kayo ng sabay-sabay. Magpapatawa ka, kailangan they laugh at you and you laugh at them.
Alam mo, what I appreciate with my sons is pag nag-iinuman sila, I encourage them to drink in the house. So makikilala mo yung barkada. Kaya lang ang challenge ko sa kanila, mayabang ako. I can outdrink all of you. So, sumasama rin ako sa inuman ng ganon. Matanda na tayo dati, hindi ako nalalasing. Ngayon, nalalasing na ako. So, pinapanood ko na lang. So, ako na lang yung, Ma'am, can we grab pizza, Ma'am? Yung mga ganyan. Yung feeling nila na open. Open. And they can share that with their children. You have to have, di ba? Choose your friends.
You have to break the barriers in
before Acho passed away, no, we went grocery shopping. Tapos sabi niya, bibili ka ng sigarilyo? Sabi ko, naawa ko sa anak mo kasi minus sa kakainin niya yon. So I bought him 2 rims of cigarette. And sabi niya, well, oo nga, sige, bumili ka na. Then when he arrived home, he saw 2 rims of cigarette. And sabi niya, sa akin to? Sabi ko, alangan naman sa akin, hindi yan and I stopped smoking. Sabi ko, sige, sa'yo na yan. So you can have more money for food. Natuwa naman siya. And
yung yung ano lang namin doon, yung yung only consolation namin ni Minnie, before that thing happened, masayang-masaya kami. And we were able,
You have happy memories.
and we were able to, enjoy Atyo. And, yung minsan, yung we go overboard, like, mama nga would buy the cigarettes, but ako I'm only a third person doon sa usapan nila, so I just go with the flow. But nakita ko yung what I was waiting for is yung time na yung katulad nga Attorney Lorna, yung sinasabi mo na things will reverse in the future, wherein yung nakita nila yung the good heart in you, yung ibabalik nila sa'yo. So I was counting on that. And
may experience namin na meron na siyang anak. How will they raise their children? Of course, sabi ko, siguro iiwanan din sa'yo yan, no? But just the same.
and it's very important because
Kasi hindi na kayo I think our listeners should know that this was very, very heavy for you because Atyo is the last remaining in the wala nang Castillo, no?
Wala na.
After him, because you have a daughter and your brother is not married, no? So that's the end of the Jose Rizal line.
Meron pa. But on the
on
Castillo,
your side, okay.
On the Castillo side. Pero what can we do, Attorney Lorna? Ganito yung binigay sa amin eh. So, minsan we have our questions. And ang importante dito again is Christmas again is coming.
Correct.
And again, we will have to face yung pare doon sa kanyang altar where he would give the good news to everybody. Pero yun na nga yung pinag-uusapan natin, yung parents who are grieving for their lost loved ones. Well, siguro we'll see this year what the sermon will be, and I hope it can bring something to appease yung souls ng mga nawala na.
Kasi 15 days before Christmas ka, Jimmy, maraming nagsasabing hindi nila feel. Kanya ngayon sa mga mall, pag bumili ka ng Christmas decor, ang laki ng discount kasi wala nang bumibili ng Christmas decor. There's no feeling of Christmas. The only realization that you have that it's Christmas is matraffic. Kanya Pasko, but yung sense ng Christmas, paano naman maki-Christmas ang tao ni Noche Buena pinag-iisipan nila? Ano naman yung Noche Buena nila?
Sabi nga nung araw to, pag naghiwa ka ng sibuyas, maiiyak ka. Ngayon, pag tiningnan mo lang yung presyo, iiyak ka na.
Kasi
sibuyas pa lang, hirap na hirap ka na.
I think, yung ngayon, yung holidays ngayon, yung Christmas ngayon, the stakes are higher. To please yung ibang tao, the stakes became higher. It has to be mas magandang regalo, mas mahal na regalo,
Mas mahal na pagkain.
mas mahal na pagkain, mas engrande or mas masarap or mas kakaiba.
Sabi nga ni Madonna, we live in a material world. Ganun na, no? Yung values, hindi na spiritual, nagiging materialistic. So, and you can see that the more you have, the more money you have, the more you want. It's never enough.
And I say this, yung for those grieving families, the first thing that will enter your mind kung doon sa mga nangyari katulad ng sa amin, ang pinaka-importante is yung family. Not anymore. All of a sudden, those expensive material things become of no value. Ang marirealize mo is memory na lang pala yun.
Tama.
Yun yung na-experience namin.
Pero alam mo, yung ganyang mga biktima ng violence, no? Tapos may sugat, di ba? At masakit yan eh. May, kahit pa paano siguro, papantayan mo yan ng commensurate na appeasement o commensurate healing na hindi naman talaga totally commensurated dun sa pain that you have gotten, no? Ang pwede lang gawin, palagay ko, kailangan may malinaw na justice that should be served. Pag hindi nangyari yun, talagang yung pain will worsen eh. Hanggang sa magiging frustrated ka and then desperate, and then it might lead to something different depending upon the culture and the temperament of people. But ang tingin ko, yun ang makakapagpaluwag, no? Ng loob yung full rendition of full giving of the justice that it deserved, no, based dun sa crime committed.
Tama yun. And, well, talking about justice, no, there has been an age-old debate, especially in the Catholic Church, on mercy versus justice, no. Ginagawa nilang example si Jesus Christ, no. And I don't know kung may basis in the Bible. Yung Catholic teaching na, or Christian teaching na, when somebody hits you on one cheek, you turn the other cheek, no? Yung ganon. I don't, or, well, Jesus very forgiving of Mary Magdalene, no? And then when Jesus was crucified, he says, forgive them for they don't know what they do, no? Ano ba yung sense natin? Because people are saying those 10 that are in jail, not on bail, also have parents. And how are you able to cope with it? Kasi alam ko na merong mga personal overtures sa inyo na sinasabing parents rin kayo. Maawa na kayo sa amin, sa mga anak namin. How would you deal with that emotional conflict?
In one hearing, one of the mom was there, and nakita niya yung anak niya who was presented as witness, nakaposas. So sabi ko, I got to think, for her, masakit din siguro makita na ganun yung anak niya na nakaposas.
Kasi first year lang yun, ano? His whole future is ruined.
And I said na, parang, masakit din for her to see her son, no? And then, what the prosecution did was yung isang fiscal namin na she asked that the cuffs na tanggalin yung posas niya. And sinabi naman sa amin ng fiscal na, Ma'am, we do that just to show dignity to the person. Hindi pa naman siya convicted. So,
presumption of innocence.
Yes, so we show dignity. Sabi ko, yes, it's all right. I understand. And when people ask me about forgiveness and so, sabi ko, I can get a million forgiveness from them, But they still have to answer.
Correct.
They still have to answer to the laws of man and the laws of God. Kasi ang kinuha naman nila sa akin, hindi cellphone, hindi
Buhay
ang kinuha nila sa akin, part of me. Kaya, sasabihin nila sa akin, can I forgive? It's very hard for me to answer that. I'll tell the truth. Sabi ko, they can give me million forgiveness, pero they still have to answer sa ginawa nila. So, yung sa mom, yung sa nakita kong nakaposas yung anak niya, and sabi ko, sana meron ka rin ginawa bilang isang ina. Like what the witness of, the parents of our witness did. Lumapit siya sa amin. Sabi niya, panghabang buhay daw silang may dadaling kasalanan. What they are doing now is, nandun sila sa likod ng anak nila para sabihin ng totoo. So, naano naman ako nun, I got a sense of parang, okay na sa akin yun.
na nire-recognize nyo na mali yung ginawa ng anak ninyo, and right now you're here, you're backing your son up to tell the truth. Unlike yung iba, malis pa, nag-abroad pa, di ba? Niyaya pa niya yung anak niya.
Inaya abroad yung anak.
So, you know, as parents, kailangan may responsibility ka rin.
Saka yung yung serving justice, yung pagtitimbang niya, di ba? Kaya yung symbol niya, di ba, nakapiring at may hawak ng timbangan. Kailangan
That's why blind na yung
saka may timbangan.
blade of justice.
Kailangan, pantay di ba, yung ngayon, paano mo papantayin yun? Dapat tama yung, halimbawa, yung 10 nakadetain in your case. Ano ba ang participation ito? Di ba?
Mga neophytes rin yan.
Tinimbang ba yan? Kung neophytes din,
Dapat nandun ang mga...
the list to be convicted. Ngayon, ano yung role ng mga, halimbawa, paano pumasok si Atcho dun sa fraud? Sinabi, ito, ang mga miyembro namin, mga profesor, dekano, yun ang nag-lure sa kanya para pumasok dahil he has to be protected. He has to have some friends on the higher echelon of the college. Ang laki ng responsibility niyo, ginagamit siyang pang kamon di ba? Yung mga high officials. At yung university, nakapirma ka dun sa agreement. Ang punto ko, paano natin isi-serve yung justice? Ako sa akin, demanda lahat yan Dapat yan, maramdaman nilang meron silang responsibility.
As in our other shows, kulang na naman tayo sa panahon, And yung sinabi mong dapat lahat sila. I guess that is
neophytes cannot hurt a fellow neophyte so
without
much.
being instructed by senior authorities. Toti, your last words? Kulang na tayo sa panahon.
Well, malapit na po yung Christmas, and I'm very optimistic. Ang wish ko lang po sana lahat tayo when that Christ baby Jesus comes, siguro we should welcome him and maybe give it a thought. On December 25, somebody gave his life so that we can live, and for that I'm very, very grateful and thankful po.
Mini?
Di ba yung Christmas wreath, there's 4, diba? There's joy, hope, faith, and love. Yun the symbol of hope, our faith with God, keep it in our hearts so we can spread joy and love.
Ganda naman. So, joy and love this Christmas. And before that, I'd like to say joy and love to our tech winner, Contagino, writers Gilbert Perdes, Abby Malanday, Hannah Oledan, and our SOC Media, Joanna Lunar. Next program, IZ Balita, Tanghali Edition, kasama sina Celi Ortega Bueno at Raul Esperas. 15 days.
With all its yam, drudgery, and broken dreams, Pasko pa rin.
Pasko pa rin. Okay. And on that note, let us all wish each other a very joyful Merry Christmas. Miski na wala tayong sibuyas, masaya pa rin tayo.
Sumainyo ang programang Laban para sa Karapatan. Hanggang sa Sabado, alas 11 hanggang alas 12 na tanghali, kasama si Attorney Lorna Kapunan. Laban para sa Karapatan sa DWIZ.